Good morning and happy Friday. It's 4:30. Thanks for waking up early with Wake Up Nonstop Local. Good morning, I'm Laynie Erickson. We start this morning with an update to the tragic news we brought you all day yesterday. The manhunt continues today for this man, 39-year-old Elias Weisar. We expect to hear more details on what led up to the death of Amber Rodriguez and another unnamed woman Monday afternoon. Elias Weisar, the man on your screen now, is suspected of killing both of them, then kidnapping his 1-year-old son, Roman. Now that press conference wrapping up there. Now just some new updates that we got on this case. We did get confirmation on the name of the second woman who died in Weisar's home. Her name is Angelica Santos. She's a 17-year-old, and she was the mother of Roman Santos, who was a 1-year-old who was abducted and is now safe. Following breaking news this morning, the Richland Fire Department is battling a house fire right now. Richland police have closed down the 200 block of South Gothel Street to help fire crews fight this fire. We have our reporter Caitlin Smock there right now to give us more information. Caitlin, what have you been able to find out? Continuing our coverage on a deadly shooting in Ellensburg last week. The Ellensburg Police Department says a 15-year-old and a 2-year-old boy were in the victim's car when the shooting happened. You'll remember that shooting sent Central Washington University and other nearby schools into lockdown last Friday. Our coverage on our big story this morning, almost 24 hours after a fire started in a warehouse in Findlay. The American Red Cross estimates 65 people were evacuated from their homes yesterday. Those evacuations are now lifted, but some roads are still closed this morning. We have our reporter Dan Hansen outside the warehouse now. Dan, what closures are we still seeing? White Swan High School is currently on lockdown due to police activity in the area. Law enforcement hopes the arrest of dozens of people in connection to a prison gang will help clean up the streets. A total of 34 people from across the nation now face charges. The city of Kennewick has detected low levels of PFAS in their drinking water. The city tested the water back on March 12th, and those results show levels above the Washington State Board of Health's limit. The state action level for these forever chemicals is 15 parts per trillion. The sample the city of Kennewick tested showed 17.9 parts per trillion. What do you do if you're a high school senior graduating in just a few weeks, but you don't know if you'll get any federal financial aid? Well, FAFSA, the federal financial aid application for students, has seen many issues this year. In case you missed it, there's no confirmed evidence grizzly bears have roamed the North Cascades since 1996, but that's about to change. The federal government announced a plan to restore the population in Washington state yesterday. U.S. Fish and Wildlife hopes to release 3 to 7 grizzly bears a year for 5 to 10 years. A traffic alert this morning, the Blue Bridge construction in Pasco will be moving to a new phase, according to the Washington State Department of Transportation. Workers on the Blue Bridge will make some modifications to make it easier for them to work and easier for you to drive across. Popular clothing store Rue 21 will be closing its doors to all stores. The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy yesterday, shutting down 540 stores in the United States. And back here at home, people flying out of Pasco can be California dreaming now that Alaska Airlines added a nonstop flight straight to LAX. Now, December 1st means we get to say goodbye to Ziggy's Scruff.
And Laynie, is way overdue.
But I want to give us one little chicken dance. Ziggy, hop in here. Let's do this thing. Ready, set.
Tell you what my plans were yesterday.
Yes.
And what I've been doing Wednesday and Thursday nights. I joined this new rec volleyball league, and Wednesday nights we have our women's tournament, and then on Thursday nights I stay up a little bit past my bedtime to play with our co-ed team. And so in 2 weeks we're having our championship, but this is my team right here, and we had so much fun. We won both games yesterday and we've been kind of killing it. I think we should maybe give our best rocket kicks. What are our thoughts?
You have to really put your arms out. I don't want to
I don't think the arm thing is
That's what they were doing in the video.
When I think of rocket, I think of the knee.
And the knee high?
Knee. And shoots fire up to 30 feet. Holy cow.
It moves like it has little happy feet. That makes me so excited. But government agencies could use it for wildlife control and prevention. It could also be used for entertainment or something practical like clearing your driveway of snow and ice. Look at it hop.
Can you imagine your neighbor busting this guy out to clear the driveway? Thermonator can be yours for a cool $9,400.
You know, just a easy payment there for a lot of fun. Does it play fetch? That's what I want to know. Can it bring things back to me?
I don't think you want to be playing fetch with that thing.
Around the world tonight, as the Israel-Hamas war continues, Laynie Erickson talks with a local journalist who is currently in Israel.
Uriel Pizer and I worked at the Central Washington University campus radio station together, where I learned his passion for sharing news happening around the world. Now he's working for a local newspaper in Tel Aviv and shares with me his experiences living in the war zone. Now you're about to see the view from his apartment the first night of the war on October 7th. Take a look.
At the time I woke up, we didn't have a bomb shelter. We were hiding in the stairs, and you could hear the ground shaking beneath us and the walls trembling. It was by far one of the it was one of the hardest wake-up calls was that day when the war started.
Central Washington University graduate Uriel Pizer has been living in Israel for a year and a half. After getting his master's in Holocaust and Genocide Studies at Haifa University, he's now working as an intern at a Jewish newspaper in Tel Aviv. Pizer says life in Israel all changed the morning of October 7th when he woke up to sounds of missiles blasting over his home. Now he says he lives his day-to-day life ready to drop everything and take shelter when sirens sound. In Tel Aviv, he says citizens have less than 90 seconds after the alarm sounds to take shelter, making simple tasks more complicated.
Greg, shut the window. I was in the shower one of the times, and I had people knocking on my door because I couldn't hear it.
90 seconds to run to a safe room to brace for the next airstrike, which Pizer says not every family has access to.
We go inside, and it's a double door. It's about 1.5 inches thick with metal. It's a metal door. Other people who are in buildings that are a bit older, from the 60s and 50s, they hide in staircases.
Through the fear and chaos in Israel, Pizer says he's been inspired to do anything he can to help his Jewish community. Now he's raising money to send Israeli troops care packages.
It's something that I really wanted to do because I did not want to see my people suffer and not be able to do something in return. I felt I had to do this. Thank you so much for all of your donations. Our soldiers will be so happy to receive everything that everyone has been able to donate at this moment.
Pizer says he started raising money on his own, but after raising $5,000 in just 48 hours, he now works with people all over his community.
Basically, the connection goes, we contact the Israeli bases, the IDF bases, they tell us what they need, we get trucks, we have volunteers that put everything into boxes, we send them thank you cards for what they are doing in all different languages, since there are Jews here from all over the world who are sending their thoughts and prayers to them.
Pizer says coming from grandparents and great-grandparents that are Holocaust survivors, he feels a special obligation to protect his homeland. He says you can never know what to expect when your country becomes a war zone, so he hopes his simple acts of kindness can help spark hope.
I will say that I'm hoping that everyone is praying for us, that we're all praying for peace. No one wants this war to happen. No one wants innocent civilians to die.
Now, if you're interested in getting involved with care packages, I'll have a link to do that on our website, nonstoplocal.com, as well as our app. In studio, Laynie Erickson, Nonstop Local.